So the Madden 26 gameplay trailer plus the deep dive gridiron notes, it all dropped last night. No one saw it coming. It's a bombshell. And I say it's a bombshell because originally the video would have probably been me just reacting to this gameplay, which by the way, I want to say this looks amazing. But really what this video is going to be is we're going to break down everything in the gridiron notes. And I mean, there is a lot. I'm going to try to run through this as fast as possible. I'm going to break it down to the stuff that, that really matters and what we really care about and not the mumbo jumbo, because there is paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of EA just ranted about absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna break down everything what's going on with this game, because they pretty much told us everything. And like I said, I want to get it out the way right now. This game looks really good. If you also didn't know, it is a contract year for EA, and what we've seen from players in the past, when it's a contract year, they typically have some of their best years. EA is trying to get that license renewed, and I think they will. But let's get in. Let's get right into talking about all this, man, because we got a lot to talk about. It's all gameplay stuff, and you're gonna enjoy this. So just sit down. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Like I said, I'm trying to make it pretty fast, but get a bag of popcorn if you got. So we're gonna start off with the QB DNA. This is gonna be our first section. It's gonna be just straight up quarterbacks. We're talking about a lot of stuff with the quarterbacks. The first thing is that every single quarterback in this game is going to look and play different, from the animations they have to their locomotion running around, which locomotion is, it's something we saw them start to add for Madden 25. Some running backs had like their own little animation with running. Quarterbacks are going to have that rolling around. They're going to have a bunch of new throwing animations in the pocket, rolling out the pocket, like Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford. You're gonna really see like these guys be like, oh, that's really them when they throw the ball and stuff. There's gonna be brand new animations too. Like there's gonna be jump passes. There's gonna be no look passes, cross body passes. Every quarterback's not gonna have these. It's gonna be for those specific quarterbacks that do that IRL. And this one's interesting right here. I haven't heard anybody talk about this feature right here. It is called Field Vision. Now maybe people have. I don't know. Maybe I'm not tapped in. But this is honestly one of the most interesting things they talked about. It says shorter quarterbacks will have a harder time throwing the ball in the pocket when taller linemen are standing in front of them. They didn't elaborate a whole lot on it. I don't know what that means, and I don't know if I like it. The last couple things, though, for the quarterback is, obviously in this game, you see it in the gameplay trailer, behind the line of scrimmage with your quarterback, man, you're going to be able to juke and spin right around defenders. And if you're wondering, well, how am I going to playmaker and all that stuff, if you just hold LT, you'll still be able to playmaker. So basically the button that you would hit to like freeform, and you'll hold RT to do all the ball carry moves and stuff. And for the very last thing for the quarterbacks we got, man, every single QB in this game is going to have Hot Route Master. Hallelujah. I personally think it's something that should have just been in the game. Moving on to our very next section, we're going to be talking about the playbooks. It's not a very long section. There's going to be 1,000 brand new plays in the game. I think for Madden 25, they said they added 500 plays, so they're doubling it this year, adding 1,000. How many of them will actually be good? We're going to have to wait and find out. But at least they're adding a bunch of new plays. Some of these plays are going to consist of new motion and shift plays, which is something we saw them add a lot in Madden 25. So they're only going to keep adding on to it. So we should be able to get some really nice plays out of that. Something on defense that is going to be new that you could do is not for every single play on defense, but for a ton of plays on defense, you're going to be able to add stunts and twists to your defensive line, pretty much as like a coaching type of adjustment. I've heard from players that have played the game, it's not very effective, but let the right person get their hands on it and we'll see what they can do with it. And the very last thing for the playbooks is they're going to add a bunch of new plays on defense. Loop style blitzes, very similar to what the Vikings and Brian Flores have been doing to people. Just weird exotic blitzes where got overloads and stuff like that. So we should get some really nice new blitzes this year. Now, I think you guys are going to like this section a lot right here. Coaching adjustments. This right here, it's got some really good features in here. One of my favorite ones is you're going to be able to change the safety alignment. Your safeties can start at either 5-yard depth, which is basically right at the line of scrimmage, or you can put them at 32-yard depth, way back, and you can choose what side they line up on. So if you wanted to line up on the left side, the right side, the middle, you could choose where they get to line up and, the depth that they line up. This is going to be really good. It's going to save you time making adjustments, not having to trying to get all these adjustments off. Guys are trying to quick snap, you can have your safeties exactly where you want them. So you're probably going to go against a lot more loaded boxes in the game. Now the question is going to be, is there going to be a punishment if I'm, because IRL, if you bring your safeties down in the box, it's going to be a punishment. Quarterbacks are going to try to, throw it on you, and, that because that's what happens in IRL. Teams load boxes to stop the run, and then, they get gashed through the air. That's kind of what happens. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's actually going to be a punishment for that, but it's going to save you a lot of time making adjustments. So I like this one a whole lot. The other one is you're going to be able to make dynamic substitutions. You kind of see it in the trailer. It looks very similar to what you do in 2K, how like, you know, you'll be on the field and you can just make all your subs right there. You're going to be able to do it in Madden and college. It's a really good feature. You don't have to worry about pausing the game and making all those subs. Big fan of this as well. Another coaching adjustment is there's going to be a new, this one's for RPOs. You're going to be able to pick whether on the RPO that your defense is more worried about the pass or the run. So for you guys that struggle with RPOs, I think that's another really good addition. Now this one right here, a lot of you guys are not going to like. They are taking away putting on conservative ball carrier in the coaching adjustments. The only way, if you want to make sure you don't fumble it, two things you got to do. Go down, or I think it's if you hold RB. I don't know which trigger it is. I can't remember. I want to say RB. Your player will actually cover the ball up with two hands. And they did say, though, when you do that, it is 100% guarantee you will not fumble the ball. That's what they say, at least. So I know a lot of you guys are not going to like that feature. I'm not mad about it. Like I'm kind of okay with them taking it away because, you know, if you're running the ball over and over and over, and I'm hit sticking your guy like crazy, man, and just because you're on conservative, you're not going to fumble it, I feel like it's got to be some type of punishment, man. So I'm not completely mad at it. This next section going to be a really quick one. We're going to talk about weather. You kind of see it in the trailer. The snow games, you got blizzard games now. They look really cool. I don't think you're going to be able to experience these in online, so Ultimate Team and Regs, don't think you're going to be able to play. It's probably something only for franchise. But still looks really cool. And in the rain games, you know, it's going to be a lot tougher to throw the ball. It's going to be a lot tougher to kick field goals. Guys are going to slip all over the place. So weather games, it's going to be really tough to play in. Next section we will talk about is player movement. Pretty much the selling point for me. The movement in Madden 25, in my opinion, I think is some of the worst movement. No, not some of. It is the worst player movement I've ever played in a Madden game in my life, which is why I didn't even play Madden for longer than a month. I thought it was straight up awful. The movement in this game, as you can see in the trailer, it is going to be very similar to college football. There's literally a whole section in here where they talk about, they've pretty much based the movement off college football. They said they saw all the feedback of how everybody loved how the gameplay was with college, and they were like, you know what? They're not stealing it bar for bar, making it just like it, but they said they're basically going to make it very, very similar to it. And you can see it in this gameplay trailer. It looks way faster, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the guy that works on the gameplay now for Madden, it's like Scott something, is the same guy that works on the gameplay for college. So it really only makes sense that they're gonna try to make it very similar. And I don't have a problem with it. Like just I'll be honest, just make it just like college. Literally, I don't care. Like I just want good gameplay. There's gonna be something brand new that you can do. So when you're being tackled with your ball carrier, you're going to be able to flick the right stick up, and he's actually going to get it. You can actually do a reach for it animation where he can reach the ball out. Now, there will be a very high chance of him fumbling on this, and you can't just do it every time when you're being tackled. It has to be like when you're being tackled, but like you have that free arm out with the ball. Just be careful. They said it's a high chance of fumbling. And overall, with seeing how the movement and all this stuff is going to play, I think it's going to be a pretty good game for running the ball. Even though, like I said, you're going to probably see a lot of loaded boxes. I still think it'll be a really good game running the ball, way better than Madden 25. Just really quick, touching up on the depth chart, they finally updated the positions in this game. Madden has been behind for so long. They finally added edge, Sam, Will, Mike, nose tackle, gadget player, and long snapper positions. Took you way too long, Madden. We're going to move on to the defensive side of the ball now. We're going to talk about pass coverages. We got some really good stuff in here that I've been waiting to talk about this stuff. If you are somebody that likes to run cover 4, they went in some pretty big detail on how it's going to be a lot better. I'm not going to sit here and I'm talking about paragraphs. Just know, if you're a cover 4 guy, you're going to really like cover 4 in this game. Deep halves are going to get back quicker. And this is really just for pretty much from what I saw, every zone in general. One of the biggest problems since they went to this next gen movement is that these guys will literally backpedal like sloths. Now, there's no more backpedaling. They're like deep zones, like a deep half, like a Tampa 2 deep half. This guy's going to be sprinting back to get to his zone. No more sloth backpedaling. For you guys that like to play man coverage, you're going to really like it this year. Shading is going to be lots of more rewarding. Let's say you shade your guys to the outside because you know that maybe they're going to try to throw some corner routes, some type of outside routes. your guys will win their matchup like they're supposed to, pretty much. At least that's what they say. So we'll see on that one. There's also going to be a brand new feature. It's called a route commit. This is also for man coverage. It's basically like shading, but on steroids. So once again, like, you know how you can shade to the outside, you can route commit to the outside, and they will pretty much completely, if you guess correctly, no outside routes getting open. But if it's an inside route, he is going to get butt naked. So it's kind of similar to, in a way, it's like if you pass commit on a run play, your guys run like they're in quicksand, or if you run commit on a pass play, you're pretty much giving up a touchdown. So it's kind of like that. So like if I, route commit to the outside, nothing's happening. Like Buddy's getting pressed into the dirt. But if it's to the inside, you know what I mean? AI defenders that are not being user controlled, if they're not looking at the ball, from what they said, it doesn't sound like they're even going to try to go for a pick. They're just going to go play the receiver and try to break it up. Now, if we're being honest, it's been like that, honestly. I was going to say it's been like that for a while, but sometimes they still will pick it. But I mean, if you switch stick or you click on fast enough, I mean, you're going to be able to make the play. So this one right here is one of my favorite things that I read. It says that a player in a zone drop will no longer backpedal to get to that depth. He is going to full on sprint to it. Very similar to how we talked about with a deep path. So for example, if you've got a 30-yard cloud flat, he will sprint to that 30-yard depth. Now, I don't know if this means if you have a pressed 30-yard cloud flat, if he will sprint back to the 30-yard depth, which once upon a time, that's what they used to do. Some of you guys don't even probably remember it. Remember, we used to be able to press cloud flats, have them at 30-yard depth, and they would run back to 30-yard depth. If that's back, hallelujah. Now, I'm not going to get myself excited because I don't know if it is, but I'm just assuming. The last thing we got for pass coverage is that you're going to be able to stem your zones. By now, I think this is like a household known thing. If you don't know, you know how you can stem route something. You make an out route, run like 40 yards, a post route, run like 5 yards. You can do that with your zone. Wear and tear is also going to be in Madden 26. For anyone that has not played college or has played college, it's going to be the exact same as college. If you haven't played college, go play college. We're getting to the very end of this thing, man. We're going to move on to blocking now. 10, 12 paragraphs talking about blocking. I'm going to break it down in possibly under 2 minutes. Run blocking is better. I'm not going to go in depth how the run blocking is better because I'll be honest, I didn't understand half the shit they said. Just know it's better. Pass blocking is also better. They also went into very, very detailed how I'm talking about how the guy foot drops back. Like I think there's a paragraph about how his left foot drops back. The pass blocking is better. It's supposed to be better. Just know that. The part that we really care about, though, because this is a huge feature. There's going to be a new feature. It's called Untarget Defender. It's going to be very similar to how you ID. Think about you know how you ID the mic. You ID the mic, hey, block that guy. Untarget defender is the opposite of that. The guy you ID, they won't block. So, for example, let's say I'm mugging the line with my user, trying to get that ghost pressure. I'm acting like he's going to be on a blitz, trying to, get one of my guys to glitch in and run in free, basically. It's not really a glitch. Teams do this in the NFL, by the way. Like, it's a real thing. Basically, with the untarget, I can ID the user and tell the offensive line or whoever, don't block the guy. Don't worry about him. So this is actually a great feature. And for the very last section, we got abilities. There's no new abilities in the game. They pretty much listed off every single ability. None of them are new. Don't expect any new abilities. The bad part is there's no guarantee the abilities will even work. They say there's a 50% chance of the abilities working. This is the very last thing we're talking about. So I'm going to go on a bit of a rant because I don't like this. If you're going to make it to where there's only a 50% chance of the abilities working, then 2 things. Well, maybe 3 things. 1, just take abilities out. At that point, just take them out. Because now you're just being stupid with it. You're just being stupid with it, right? 1, either take the abilities out. 2, this is what I really think they should do. Make it to where if a player reaches a certain threshold in their traits, for example, quarterback's got 95 throw power, just give him built-in gunslinger and pass elite. He gets both the abilities built in just because he has that 95 throw power. That's just what it is. I personally think that's how it should just be. Or 3, you adopt the style how college football does it. There is tiers. You got bronze abilities, silver, gold, platinum. Bronze, it might light up here and there. platinum, it's going to light up every play. I'll be honest, I think that's the direction they're going to go with the abilities, especially since the guy that's running the gameplay is also the guy that's running the college gameplay. And I say that because if they're making it to where abilities are only going to work 50% of the time now, it just doesn't really make any sense at this point. Just adopt the style of college football. I think they should do it to where if you reach a certain trait, you get that ability pretty much built in, but having them work 50% of the time, I don't like it. At that point, just get rid of them. But that's pretty much it, man. I try to run through all that as fast as possible, and there's even more that I didn't talk about. Now, I didn't put it in here because I didn't think it was really worth talking about. It was small talk. We don't care about small talk. We want to talk. We want to talk big talk. So you guys let me know what you think about a lot of these features, man. I also think it's crazy that we got all this before the college deep dive. When college comes out, I think in about, I want to say 19 days. We're like under 20 days now it comes out. So I don't know what's going on. It's got me a little bit worried. Are they running behind schedule? A lot of these features are going to be in the college game. So I guess at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I like a lot of the stuff I'm seeing in here, man. I've never watched, I think, a gameplay deep dive and then read the gridiron notes and actually been excited for a Madden. Seriously, I don't think I ever have, because there really is, like, remember Madden 25, it was just boom tech? All they did was say, hey guys, it's going to be boom tech. We made tackling better and hit sticks better, which they actually didn't. They were actually some of the worst features of the game, which was wild. Like, there wasn't really anything to hype the game up about. And even, like, I remember they showed the gameplay. I was like, the gameplay looks really slow. So this doesn't. Like, this actually looks really good. So I'm actually excited for this. Especially since I didn't even pretty much play Madden all year. I didn't play Madden 25. That shit was awful. But from the looks of it, I think I'll definitely be on it this year. So you guys let me know what you think about all this stuff, man. I'm excited. I think it looks really good. If you guys enjoyed the video, man, drop a like. If you're not subbed to the channel, and you know what, it's your first time here, and you're thinking, what kind of content does this guy upload? If you sub to the channel when these new games come out, the type of content you're gonna get: one, any type of new updates with the game, patch-related stuff. Definitely going to cover anything that's worth covering. That's one thing. Two, I like playing some online regs. I used to play a lot of Ultimate Team. Kind of retired from it just because I don't really feel like putting in the time with it like I used to. I've always been like a big no money spent guy, so I don't really... I just don't feel like slaving away the mode anymore. And I want to play both games. And I can't really play both the games. No money spent. I have a job as well, so I don't have the time for all that. But definitely going to play a lot of online regs on both these games. Definitely going to do a little bit of Dynasty franchise content as well. Breaking down meta stuff, how to beat the meta, how to run the meta, playbook breakdowns, pretty much the whole thing, man. If you guys are interested in content like that, man, drop us up. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Till the next time, man. See y'all in the next one.